21st century presidents on your screen right here. About
think the Epstein stuff, Pam Bondi handed that to the Democrats. Here you go. Thomas Massie and Ro Khanna ran with it. And it was like, oh my God, where's the other stuff? Where's the other stuff? Where's the other stuff? Instead, you could have done it in a very methodical, structured way, not in the way that they did it that turned into the fumble it was. That was a massive screw up. That created a lot of noise. So today, as much as we know all this stuff, and FYI, when you know, my friend Tom here will say, you know, I hope everybody stays classy tonight. I hope everybody does this tonight. I mean, look, here's what I know about how the world works. I used to do business videos, and these business videos used to be, here's how to hire, here's how to raise money, here's how to do this, here's how to, okay. Everybody liked me. Oh my God, your business content is great. Here's how to expand into a new market. Here's how to, you know, here's how to do this. Oh, this guy's good. The moment I gave my opinion on political issues, I officially had enemies. So should I sit there and say, feel sorry for me? No, I knew it was coming. What happens when you give your opinion? You have a different opinion. Someone's gonna come and push back. Oh my God, he's this, he's that, that's how the market works. If I go out there and say some stuff about Islam and what some of the folks that do the Islamists, and I say some markets are not safe, or somebody may come back and criticize and say, you know what? You're all about Israel. That's what you are. You're taking us $7,000. It's a very natural reaction. I'm not surprised by it. So meaning, if they pull off a publicity stunt today at the State of the Union, don't be surprised. You know why not? The president brought 3 of Bill Clinton's victims at a debate with his wife standing right next to him that he's debating. Do you understand what I'm saying? So President Trump is very comfortable wrestling with everybody. But he's a big boy. He's going to come in. I have a feeling he's going to do what he does best. He's going to put it in their faces. They're going to hate it. They're going to lose their shit. He's going to stay calm. He's going to deliver his message. God willing, he does that. We don't know what's going to happen. Temperatures are pretty high right now. But I do think they're going to capitalize off this, the polls, the numbers, the issues with Epstein. I think Democrats are salivating right now. By the way, the Supreme Court ruling could have been done next week. Big difference. Imagine he does the State of the Union tonight and they announce Supreme Court next Tuesday. Imagine if those were the dates. Very big difference in storyline, right? So just think about how everything happened in a certain way leading up to this. And there's a reason why they call him Teflon Don, because he knows how to handle it. We've never had a guy like this before as a president, so I'm actually excited to see what he does here tonight. Tom, your thoughts?
Well, I agree with you. You got to have an opinion. And I voted for him. I don't regret that I voted for him. I love all the victories. I want to see more from the economy, and I want to hear a strong plan for the economy. I know that he's going to spike the football on the border, and we should. And he's got a lot of things he could talk about. I want to hear a strong plan for the economy. That's what I want to hear. You know, my comment was, I kind of long for the days where there was statesmanship and decorum, because it's not what we look like to each other. We'll fight in the bar and things like that. You know, we're Americans. I just hate that the rest of the world sees us. I hate the rest of the world looks at it, because we are the leader. $31 trillion, this is, you know, this huge economy and this world leadership. And where we are, the world needs us. The world is safer when America is strong and America is in control. The world is safer. That's just a fact. History proves it. You know, the Europeans saying, the Yanks are coming. You know, that was a song. Why did it happen? It happened because they were looking forward to us coming to help. The world's been able to depend on this historically. Yeah, we've had our faults, but I want to hear a strong plan tonight for America. And I hate when the discord kind of spills over and you've got Europe making the comments like they're making, because look, without firing a shot, he went through Europe and he got trade deals done. Those deals were done because we had been abused. We were the weaker party, having been abused in some of these trade and tariff deals that Europe had. And he goes, no more. We were funding NATO to protect them. And he said, pay your own way. We'll pay to be a part of it, but you got to pay your own way. That's leadership, and that is America first and not America only. And I want to hear strength tonight for the economy, and I want to see strength for us on a world stage. And what's happened this past week really has disappointed me on the latter.
Can you imagine, Tommy? Can you just take a second and imagine what he would have been able to accomplish if the Democrats and the left weren't just relentlessly trying to destroy him, Tom?
Just because.
Tom,
just because.
Thank you. Just because they still cannot believe that this guy, this billionaire, New York playboy turned reality star, became the president. And since that moment, he was even shocked. They made it their one priority to try to destroy him, to subvert the will of us, the people, the real people that voted and support the president, Tom. It's been like that forever, Pat. And he made a great point.
They did subvert the will of us.
They
once.
subvert. Oh, this is a known fact. Obama and Brennan and all them spied on an incoming president. Hillary did the Russia collusion thing. He was already set off on a crash course. How can you, Pat, how can you do your job if 5 people from this room are spying on you, setting stuff up, tapping your phone, oh, you went over here, oh, he's a Russian asset, for 4 years, and he still was trying to do his job. And then we're finding out in Fulton County, they're investigating on all the cheating that was happening in Fulton County, blocking all the windows and doing all that stuff. And then is it weird, Pat? We talk about affordability. We talk about tariffs. Pay attention. What happened in 2019, 2020? Trump was holding China accountable and making them pay their fair share, and making them pay tariffs. And then all of a sudden, a virus comes out of a lab from China and destroys the world, and they have zero accountability. Zero. And these same people, Xi Jinping shows up to San Francisco, he's treated like a god, Tom. The homeless people disappear.
They shipped them to San Francisco. They put them on buses to Sacramento. From San Francisco to Sacramento, so that it would look nice for his visit.
Yeah, and so he makes a great point. Those are 3 CNN polls. I get it, but it's like enough is enough. They've been going after this guy forever. The wars, and I want to ask you a question, Pat. How much of those independents are shifting? Because I know, social media has changed. Nobody's really watching mainstream media, but at the end of the day, it's still working. You know what I mean? Like wars, he's gonna start a war. No, he didn't. He went in there in 45 minutes, took Maduro, took his ass out. That's it. He's World War III. He was gonna do North Korea.
Took him out,
no,
son.
he didn't. Iran, he did this. No, we bombed one little surgical strike. He's being surgical and methodical. I just wish the other side, and I get it, left and right, Pat. That's to be Democrat, Republican. Let him do his job. Criticize him all you want. There's a lot of stuff. On the Epstein stuff, guess what? 3.5 million released. Okay, I'm fine. You know what I'm not fine with, guys? Why are the male names redacted? Victims, I don't want to see one victim's name. 0. But it says Jeffrey Epstein, J.E. Epstein vacation. That was his email. Why are you redacting the male names? Put them out there. I want to see every single guy that was involved with either torturing, raping, or murdering these people. Because I talked about this last week, Pat. You guys think they were going to sleep with these men and let them live their lives after seeing their faces? Absolutely not. And that 30 seconds missing in the jail cell, that's such a shame, and you nailed it. The biggest blunder is what the FBI and the DOJ and Pam Bondi did, and that's bad. I can at least criticize them on that. But the rest of it, it's like he has to be able to do his damn job, but he's on the way out, Pat. I don't think it's a big deal for him. I don't think he cares. I really don't. You
don't think he cares?
I think at this point, he's used to it. He's tired of them.
Right.
He's going to let them know this is what I'm doing, because who's next? Pat, he's not running. As much as that CNN wants to tell you he's running again, he's not going to run. This is the setup for Rubio or J.D. Vance, letting them know, the guys, this is what we're doing.
But let me tell you what he
need a
does
young
care
blood
about.
in there.
He's a polls guy. He's a guy that I've never seen a president that pays attention to polls the way he does. Okay, never. So if you think about what he does pay attention to, he is still, if midterms is a bloodbath, he has to, that's a very, very important thing he has to pay attention to.
But from what it's looking like, it's going to be bad.
Well, no, you can still adjust. You can still make adjustments. You still have to find ways to improve.
I know
you
he's
still
going
have
to
to
make
find
fun
ways
of people,
to make
but
adjustments. You
if
still
he
have to
keeps
find
it on
ways.
the low,
He is a guy that takes pride to anything his
Snapshots
name
and
being
sound
attached
bites.
to. He has a lot of pride behind it. A lot of pride behind it. If his name's attached to it. So no, I do think he cares, because the way these people set up America at the beginning, like today I was interviewing the founder of Palantir. He was right here. We're sitting down having a conversation for 2 hours. And he explains about the Supreme Court. And we talk about the AI and all this stuff. And I said, why do people think Palantir is an evil company? He broke it down in a very interesting way. But one of the things he said is, isn't it amazing how these philosophers built America, this Constitution that protects us, this piece of paper, what they wrote, 1776 to 1789, to make America in a way where, would I like the president to be able to have more decisions being made? Of course. Would I have liked the tariffs to have gone his ways? Of course. Would I have him to be able to make a lot of executive decisions and things go his way? Of course. But would I have that at the cost of somebody on the other side who's crazy to be able to come and do things that I fully disagree with? No. Let's trust the Constitution. That is why we comfortably say, this is why you and I wear this right here. When we wear this and we put this on and people see this beautiful, says what?
USA.
USA, red, white, and blue. The flag on the side. This is why we comfortably say America's the greatest country in the world.
Amen.
This is why right now, can you yell out what country your family is from? Okay, on 3, scream out the country your family is from. 1, 2, 3. Did you hear a consistency of a country? No. I did hear Cuba, though. I can tell you, somebody said Cuba over there. How many guys are Cuba? We're in Miami. Like half the people are from Cuba. 2 people are from Cuba. But you heard everything. That's what makes this the greatest country in the world. And when you become a president, I like the fact, like for us, Vinny,
Yes.
you know, every quarter we do calibrations for employees. And what do they get judged on? 5 things. What are the 5 things? Effort, attitude, teamwork, innovation, and results. EATER, what we call it, right? Effort, attitude,
EATER.
teamwork, innovation, results.
like it.
We do that
like it a lot.
quarterly. And we say your scores drop. And it's 0 to 10. It's all to 50. So if you're between 25 to 38, 39, meets expectations, 39 to 44, 45, exceeds. Then you got, you know, outstanding. And hey, does not meet. Hey, you need improvement. The calibration we have in America is midterms, and then we got elections. And you better perform. And the debate of going back and forth, what model would be a better model, that's a whole different story. By the way, for those of you guys that also love America, let me give a quick shout out before we get this thing done. Rob, can we show that the guys that the crew play this clip? I just love seeing our American flag and the merch that we have here. We got our guys are in Italy at the Micam show walking around wearing American flag material.
Yes.
Go ahead, Rob. Play the clip. Go for it. You just had a minute ago, Rob. Go for it.
If you love this country, show it. Lead with pride in the Valuetainment USA collection. Designed for freedom thinkers, built for everyday leaders. Red, white, blue. Purpose. Wear what you believe in. Valuetainment USA.
Go to vtmerch.com, place your order for the USA hat and the future look bright. Gear, represent, go to war, confuse your peers. Any reason why you're wearing a USA hat? Yeah, because I love this country. By the way,
That's right, baby.
you got 2 hockey teams, men and women. Okay? They win the what? They win the gold. Anybody saw how men won the gold? How sick was that, right?
Yeah.
Good for the ladies, good for men. Both are invited to go to the White House. The ladies, they have a busy schedule. The men, they're going to the White House to see the president. You guys saw this clip when he called them and congratulated them, Rob. You have that clip of him speaking to those guys.
It was a long call.
It was a long call. We're not
call.
going to listen to the whole call, but Rob, if you got like a quick glimpse of it to show, he's calling them congratulations. You know, they're celebrating. We cannot believe we're getting a call from the president. Go ahead, Rob.
1 minute. 1 minute. And by the way, your goalie played not bad.
You can pause it right there. Isn't that great? Isn't that great where you're not only proud to represent that brand, and you got some of these other guys, well, yeah, just because I wear the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that America is doing here right now. Then go freaking wear a different jersey. Go wear something else if you're not proud to represent this. Put it on, be proud of it, okay? And for me, for tonight, as we're going through this and the message that he's going to be given and whatever spectacle they're going to try to do it, you know one thing we learned? The one thing we learned is noise comes, noise goes. You have to stay tough as this is happening. There's
That's why golf is so good.
There was a message, Rob. You have that clip, this video here I'm about to show you guys. It is so funny. Here's somebody, a young lady, goes on a campus asking students, what did you think about the State of the Union speech last night that the president gave? You understand? It hasn't happened. Do you understand what just happened? She's going asking random students, what did you think? What do you give the president's speech last night, State of the Union, 0 to 10? Look at the way they're answering. Vinny, have you seen this or no?
No.
Go ahead, Rob.
College kids are telling us Trump's State of the Union didn't go so well. The only problem? It's tomorrow. Rate Trump's State of the Union speech 1 out of 10. 1's the worst, 10's the best. Negatives. And why? I think we all know a lot of reasons. Yeah. What about the State of the Union last
all
night?
know.
1 to 10.
It was like a 1 or 2. I mean, it was all over the place.
Probably just giving a 0.
Gonna give it a 1.
And why do you say 1?
I don't think he's very articulate.
How did Trump do at the State of the Union?
0.
I'll be real, I didn't watch it.
Like, yeah, I didn't really watch it much. I watched it for a little bit, but turned it off.
The State of the Union last night. How was that? 1 to 10.
No, it was last night. I thought it was tomorrow.
No, you're good. You passed the test. Good job.
Where
Is
are
that now?
Is that
Wild
1 out of
kids
10?
are going to college. They don't even know. They're like, that wasn't good.
Yeah, and then we.
I watched a little bit of it, and it was terrible.
Yeah, and
Wait,
then
I
we
thought
talk
it was
about
tomorrow.
indoctrination, and then you talk about why are people hating and why do people hate Trump and why are independents thinking a certain way, guys. It's still, unless you're following. You know, a lot of time, a lot of people say, you know, oh no, I don't get involved with politics. No, politics is involved.
I hate
with
these
you.
little
I don't
things.
care, even if you want to be completely oblivious and walk around like everything's fine. Think about it. They didn't see anything. They just know. They've been basically trained to know. No, he's horrible.
The lemmings are programmed.
Exactly, and they're like in the history of time, besides
They're all
actually Hitler,
programmed.
has there ever been a time where people are openly going, "Oh no, that guy is Hitler"? All right, I've seen
coming to
Jewish
save
people
you.
say that guy's Hitler. Do you understand where that happens? That brain TDS disease for you to call somebody that killed
I am not.
millions and gassed
I am not.
and burned alive and murdered that many Jews, for you to call that guy Hitler, that's why that thing spreads and people don't even know. They've never even seen him speak at the State of the Union, and they're like, yeah, he was horrible. I give him a 1. That's what I'm trying to get at, Tom. All the independents, all these people, all these CNN polls, who are you polling? Who are you talking to? Trump haters? Of course
saw
they're
it
going to
shooting
say
at you.
he's not doing well because they've
Figured
been
I'd try
told.
to help you out.
They've been told that he's not
there's
doing well
people.
since
Oh,
day
no.
one. Since day one, it's been an uphill battle. It's been an uphill battle. I'm not complaining at all.
Adam, are you out there with us?
Yes, sir.
What are you thinking?
So, number one, shout out to the men's hockey team.
these
They
people are so
visited
good.
Miami last night. The number one club in Miami is 11. They were there celebrating, popping bottles. I don't know if you saw any of the videos, draping the American flag, singing the national anthem. It was incredible. I got my man on the street there. Unfortunately,
your mama?
I couldn't be there at 11. I would have loved to join them there celebrating, but incredible what they did. Of course, the women, they're too busy to show up. What else do you got going on, ladies? The Olympics is done. You got to pretend that you're playing in meaningless games. So respect to the men's team. I think they're going to be here tonight. But you guys were talking about Trump, right, PBD? So you know the book. You've talked about this. Nice guys finish last. Say what you want about Trump. He's not a nice guy. Sometimes you need an a-hole to get in there and bust things up. And, you know, politics is messy. I was interviewing all these very skilled
your
politicians.
mom.
They're bobbing
Your
and weaving my tough
mama.
questions today.
I got
But
you.
politics is ugly, but you know they say
Your
be careful
mama.
when you wrestle with a pig. You're both
La,
gonna get
la, la,
hurt, but the pig
La, la,
loves
la,
it.
your mama.
So PBD, you said one thing about the poll numbers, which you're right. Trump genuinely is concerned about his poll numbers. Not so much about the Dems, but the independents. You talked about the independents. I think he had the biggest drop in independents in a long time. But if I'm going to quote John Kennedy, he's like, if you trust the polls, you might as well trust Justice Smollett. So who knows what's going on, but Trump is going to get up there, play offense tonight, show patriotism. And one last thing, you know, one of the greatest gifts that Trump, unfortunately, unforced error, that he gave to the Democrats were these 2 people that were killed by ICE. The
I don't know
Democrats
what that
don't
was
want to
gonna
talk
do,
about the
but
10,
I figured I'd
20
try.
million people that were potentially led into the country. But God forbid 2 paid agitators show up and get in the way of ICE and they get killed. They want to harp on that. So that was a gift to the Dems, and I think the independents saw that. But I interviewed an ICE officer today in Dallas. He's actually, he was a guest of your friend, I believe, Tom, Congresswoman Beth Van Dyne, and she gave you a shout out, you as well, PBD. She says, I think she's meeting with you soon. She was with an ICE officer. Remember when someone shot at an ICE facility in Dallas? Do you remember that? About a month ago or 2? And he goes, yeah, I was there. I got shot at. But they also interviewed, there was a big press conference with the Fallen Angels family, the people that are responsible for doing the Laken-Riley Act. So they don't want to talk about the illegals that are coming in the country, killing people. They want to focus on these 2 paid agitators who are getting in the way of ICE. But Trump's got an agenda. He's going to stick to it. Poll numbers be damned. He's going to do what he's got to do to make America great.
But Adam, I disagree with the phrasing of he gave them a gift. He didn't get them a gift. It was a setup because they were told, again, that ICE is Gestapo. You have Tim Walz saying, go get in their faces, and go fight, and then that happens. I don't think it was a gift. I think it was set up, and the Democrats got exactly what they want. They baited it. And they got exactly what they want, and now they have the talking points. So that's why I wouldn't.
Well, Vinny, I'm in D.C. I'm looking presidential. I'm not going to fight with you today. You know how much I love that. But I
They're
love you
always
guys, and it's
fighting.
great to see you.
Are you wearing pants? Because we can't
No, I'm
tell.
not.
Okay, good.
That's why he's sitting down. So, by the way, Rob, can you show the clip of Ro Khanna? This is who Ro Khanna is going to be having tonight at the State of the Union. And then Scott Jennings had a quick response to who Ro Khanna was going to have tonight at the State of the Union. Go ahead, Rob.
I'm Congressman Ro Khanna. I'm so honored to have Haley Robson as my State of the Union guest tonight. Haley is a survivor and a mother. She was sexually abused at the age of 16 and 17 by Jeffrey Epstein. It was horrific. And I'm so offended that today people are attacking her, even though she went through some of the most horrific things imaginable for any human being. You know what I think? Instead of attacking survivors, how about we start holding the perpetrators accountable? How about we start holding the Epstein class accountable? It is only because of the courage of people like Haley that Thomas Massey and I were able to release the Epstein files. They stood in front of the Capitol. They shared and relived their trauma. They showed so much courage. They moved the nation. And my commitment is we will not quit. We will not rest until we get justice for the survivors. Haley, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. It means the world to be able to walk into a room where I know that I'm respected and outspoken, and I have the backing of Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna. The support means everything to survivors everywhere, and we will bring the fight to D.C. Thank you for having me, Ro Khanna.
Thank you. You are inspiring the country with your courage.
Thank you.
But by the way, if I know the story correctly, she was in the documentary, the 4-part documentary, and she was the one that was bringing other girls and making $200 per girl she brought. And if I'm not mistaken, she's the one in the documentary that says, why am I getting arrested? What did I do wrong? And they're like, wait a minute. You're bringing these young high school girls over to Epstein. And if you haven't seen a 4-part documentary, you have to watch it if you've never seen it. If you can play the clip of Scott Jennings responding to Ro Khanna, here's what Scott Jennings had to say. Go ahead, Rob.
You heard the name there, Haley Robson. Now, Ro Khanna says she is speaking for the survivors, but is she? The files show something completely different, that Haley Robson was, in fact, someone who worked with Jeffrey Epstein to recruit young women to the island. According to CNN's reporting, and I'm just going to read it to you, quote, Robson told police she remembered bringing 6 girls to Epstein and told authorities she was like a Heidi Fleiss, the Hollywood madam who ran a high-class prostitution ring. Robson provided police with the names of some of the girls she had brought to Epstein's house. She gave the officers the cell phone numbers for 4 of them and told police she wanted to assist the investigation in hopes of receiving lesser charges for herself. Here's more from CBS News. Haley Robson received $200 payments each time she escorted a new masseuse to Epstein's home, according to the police reports. Robson targeted girls from the rural area outside Palm Beach, where she grew up, because Epstein believed they were less likely to complain to authorities. Here again, Robson likened herself to the so-called Hollywood madam, Heidi Fleiss, in an interview with Palm Beach police. And Epstein, she said, once admonished her for bringing a 23-year-old recruit to his home because she was told, the younger, the better. So of all the possible people that Congressman Ro Khanna could bring to the speech tonight to highlight the Epstein issue.
He's got a point.
No, he definitely has a point. Okay, and I'm going to play devil's advocate. These girls were 15, 16, Virginia Giuffre, God rest her soul. Like, think about it. If you groom these girls and tell them they have to do it, I mean, they're, at that age, 16 years old, they're making money. I know I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I think shame on Ro Khanna for using them as a political tool, because that's what it is, Pat. This Epstein stuff has been going on forever. Now again, because it makes Trump look bad, they're bringing this up. You know, if he was a real, listen, if he's the real deal, you work in Congress, you work for the United States government. Why don't you promise these girls, all these survivors, promise them protection and name the names? All right? You're going to be protected. You're not going to suicide yourself. We're going to protect you. Bring down the house. Tom, you know the saying I always say, let justice be done though the heavens fall. Bring them down. As you guys see, in the United States, all we're seeing right now is this CEO stepping down. This guy's retiring. This guy, no arrest. Nobody's going to jail. But in the UK, they're actually putting these people. They're arresting them. They're putting them in prison. The Norwegian guy, one of them just committed suicide, and he's all over the Epstein list. And then the Norway son or the prince, I don't want to misstate, Rob. I think it's a younger blonde-haired kid. He just went to prison for raping 4 girls. I forgot his name. So there's things happening. But if Ro Khanna and I get it, Thomas Massey's, they're all
there's things happening, but you won't see it on the regular
grant them
news.
protection that you have the power to give, all right? And then name the names, or else this thing's gonna keep dragging on forever. And they have the power to do it.
You know what I find is weird about this? I wonder if Ro Khanna knew her background, or if one of his people, his aide, says, hey, we got one of the victims to go with you. We're gonna do this. And then today, after seeing all of this and seeing Scott Jennings and other people, I'm kind of wondering, why is Ro Khanna doubling down and taking her? Because politicians get photographed with the wrong people all the time.
Snapshots and sound bites.
People come to a fundraiser, all of a sudden you realize, hey, do you know you were at a fundraiser and you were that was one of those financial fraud guys. You had a picture with him. I just took pictures with 60 people at a fundraiser. Yeah. I didn't know. And that's the truth. That'll be the truth. But Ro Khanna gets out there, says all this stuff, and then all of this stuff gets exposed about what this girl, not once, but twice, said. I'm like Heidi Fleiss. She's making
my gosh, what
we were in LA. We know
exploded.
exactly who Heidi Fleiss is. If everybody else in America didn't know what an amazing
I am just trying to
story
just
that
run
was.
and then
And
climb
she
in because I
said
know I'm
that
going to die.
twice. So if Ro Khanna knew that and was
gosh.
going to take her
Oh my
to the
gosh.
State of the Union, what's he thinking? But if he didn't know that, and now he finds it out afterwards, why are you doubling down? Why aren't you backing off and saying, I support the victims, I gave a
Sometimes I forget to
statement
breathe
yesterday,
in a
and it
section.
turns out this person was
3
involved in
seconds.
other ways. She's not my guest. I'm shocked he's doubling down. She's going to be there.
Well, I mean, look, the reality is him and Thomas Massey have gone very close over the last 12 months. Thomas Massey, one report said that 2 GOP House members were going to be sitting, joining the Dems at the State of the Union. This is from who, Rob? Which paper is this?
This is
Axios that's saying that. And then Thomas Massey on X, there's a picture showing that he's going to be sitting with them, but that's from AP Post, that they got it wrong. And then Massey said, this is my view tonight at the State of the Union from the Republican side of the aisle. So he cleared up all the noise that's being made of where he's going to be sitting, which is good for Massey for doing so the audience knows. By the way, the president was asked about his State of the Union as we're getting closer to this, Rob. I'm sure you're watching it when it comes live. Give us an update on that. But here's the president. I think it was on Jesse Waters. Jesse made a comment about what the president told him once, which I thought was very interesting, Rob. If you have that, play the clip of what the president said to Jesse once about when you get a chance to speak at the State of the Union. Yeah, right there, Rob. Go for it.
I interviewed him after he gave the RNC speech, and I said, Mr. President, that was a long speech. And he said, Jesse, when the networks give you the time, you take the time. So he's going to take all the time he needs, and he deserves a lot of time because you agree I'm the most objective person on this table, right?
There's just no question about it.
Objectively, Dana, this has been one of the best first years in the history of the presidency. Rates, rent, crime, crossings, all down. He got handed 3.0 inflation, got it down to 2.4% with the tariffs, and that's because he kept energy prices low. He's going to try to press his advantage with the Democrats because he's going to announce things that no one can sit down and not clap. He's going to announce all of these great metrics, like baby bonuses. He's getting $1,000 for a new baby. How are Democrats going to sit there and not clap at that? Yep. He's going to announce Maduro's capture. He might bring Maduro out in handcuffs and say, yeah, I got him. How are Democrats not going to clap?
Now that would be a spectacle.
This guy.
Tonight. But then he has to lay out a very ambitious agenda. What's he going to do next? What is it going to be? It might be a surprise. It might be voter ID, but he's got to make sure the House and the Senate keep pushing the agenda forward. We could see some surprises. And then he's got the midterms. And so he's got to frame it. The Democrats, if you give them power, if you have the Republicans keep control, what's the difference? And we saw the difference. The Democrats were just in power, and they blew it. So we can't go back to that. He's got to push the agenda forward. And then finally, you mentioned it, Kellyanne, this is America's 250th birthday. and how fortunate it is for the president to be president during the 250-year birthday. So you'll hear a lot of themes of patriotism, of American exceptionalism, and he'll have some personal stories. We can talk about heroism, and you'll see the hockey guys out there, and everybody will be clapping for the hockey guys. The hockey guys might not even know what's going on because they're just a wee bit hungover. But if we can just keep this momentum going, I know you're not going to change things right away, still kind of hungover from Bidenomics, but if he could just make sure the country understands where we were and where we're going, I think we'll be in a pretty good place to restore the American dream.
What are you thinking?
He actually made me think about that moment of the surprises where people aren't going to be standing up.
Is it really shooting at me?
To see how despicable they are. Remember the DJ, what was his name? DJ Daniel, the 13-year-old black kid that was a cancer survivor. They made him an honorary Secret Service
agent.
And guess what?
People were sitting down.
Everybody, I'm crying. Everybody's crying. Every Democrat that sat there didn't clap and didn't give.
Thing is
that just shows you the disdain and the hate. I'm very curious to see what he's going to do. Well, he could save puppies from like a burning building. People
Oh, there he is. There's the kid.
Yeah, look. Oh. All the Democrats were sitting down. Do you remember that moment, Pat?
Of course.
All sitting. All still sitting down.
Yeah, but listen, can I share some good news with you guys? Some people, we need some good news. Rob, go ahead and play this clip. We want some good news for everybody here. Go for it, Rob.
Okay. Will you run again? I haven't decided. I'm still thinking about it.
Hey, why are you shooting at me? Oh, I'm dead. Son of a bitch.
That's what I've been saying.
I'm not paying attention.
That's what I closed the book and I'm like, oh, she wants to. She's just thinking about it. If that was my impression. I don't know if that's what you intended, but that was my impression.
No, the book is about a specific period in time. There was no agenda beyond what we've discussed already, which is just sharing with people. The reality of
we can start.
We did it again, Joe.
You can pause it right there. But can you guys imagine her running again for 2028? Yeah, well, I think it's the other way. To me, it's like, please, yes. Like, trust me, you would like to see that happen. Did you guys see what Newsom said the other day about Kamala Harris?
Oh, yeah.
Did you? Yeah. Do you have that clip, Rob?
Oh, this is fantastic.
Where he said, I don't think anybody's going to understand what he was saying except for him and Kamala. I don't think anybody, and probably some of the people in the state of California, probably know this. And by the way, we won't even explain to you what this means. If you don't get it, we're going to kind of skip to the next story. But maybe play this clip here, Rob. Just for splits. It's a short clip. Go ahead, Tom. And no inappropriate comments from you today.
I will make no inappropriate comments about people who've spoken.
Go ahead, Tom. Go ahead, Rob. Tom's going to do it no matter what. You can't hold him. That's why I'm speaking over him. Play the clip.
And for those that don't know Willie Brown, you wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown.
Damn.
But look at the way
Kamala and I both got elected the same.
What? No, play one more time. You didn't see this video. Play one more time. Khush.
And for those that don't know Willie Brown,
look at the pause.
You wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown.
See how emotional he gets?
See, I'm not talking. I was able to be quiet.
Willie Brown was at home going, you damn right.
But let me tell you, you know what he's doing. You know what he's doing. Do you know what that message is right there? What do you think that is?
Oh, zero.
That message is if you walk across the line, I'm going to drop the dime.
Exactly what that is.
Don't mess around.
That's exactly what that is. It's like, you wouldn't know Kamala Harris without Willie Brown. And he knows Kamala's going to see that video and she's going to be like, oh, I know what he's going to do. And he's going to bring, and then so it's going to get in that. Anyways, the good news is she's thinking about running. Kamala, if you're watching, I hope you do. There is a person I would like to see run even more than Kamala Harris. But listen, I have big dreams. I have very, very big dreams. If in 2028, if Katie Porter runs, I will be the happiest person alive. Katie Porter's our favorite.
It's going to be Harris 28, 2 drink minimum.
Yeah. So,
burdened by
Rob,
what
has been. This the part where he hasn't walked in yet, Rob? Where are we at as of right now?
Face is big.
Correct.
Has he started shaking hands or not yet?
No, I don't believe he's entered the chambers yet.
So this is like
they're about to announce him.
The Sergeant in Arms, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we hear it?
There we go.
By the way, if anybody here wants to go get a drink, you may want to do it now because once it goes, you may want to, stay focused and locked in. So you got a couple minutes to get yourself a drink.
9 minutes to get to the stage.
Yeah. Everybody, my God, everybody drinks.
Mr. Speaker, President of the United States.
All right, so he's in the house. Let's look at his face.
John
See how he
Thune.
looks.
John Thune, Biola University, right behind him there.
See his face. What's he looking like? I just want to see face. Show me face.
I sprayed.
Yeah.
Kiss ass. Kiss ass. Kiss ass.
But you know what it is. You can mute it, Rob. To me, you don't pause it. Just mute it, Rob. Let it keep going. Yeah, there you go. To me, if you can press the button so it's live, Rob, like go straight to. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So if you think about, guys, if we can keep it down, guys, because fellas,
Guys,
Roberto,
live.
talk in the back. Not here, buddy. My God, Roberto. This is why he's successful in life. He makes sales.
He's talking.
No matter where he goes, he's prospecting, meeting people. No, but to me, you know what I love about this guy? In my opinion, I think he's looking for this. I think he can't wait for it. Because what is the story? In the area of 50 of the most impossible, most difficult things he's overcame in his life, where do you think this ranks?
In his life?
In his life.
This has to be
Like
number
49.
No way.
Oh, no, wait, no. Oh, no, you mean this event?
No.
He's overcame in his life. Where does this rank?
I thought you meant
No,
presidency.
in his life, where does this
You
rank?
said top 50. I said 49.
That's the point. I don't think it's I don't think it's coming back, mugshot.
No.
Mar-a-Lago's worth $18 million, trying to deplete all his cash. E. Jean Carroll, you got Karen McDougal, all this stuff. This ranks nowhere. Yeah. He is looking forward to delivering the message, and I have a feeling in his own unique way he's going to give the middle finger. Adam, I'm coming to you, Adam, up there. What are you thinking? What predictions can you give about how he's going to be doing tonight? Is there any surprises you think he's going to give? Did anybody in there, when you're talking to them, whisper to you, he may announce this tonight, he may announce X to you tonight? Did anybody say anything to you?
It's funny that you asked that because everybody has opinions on Trump and they're going to obviously side with him. And I said, what do you think is going to happen tonight? Nobody knows. That's the beautiful thing about what's going on here tonight is Trump announces everything. He's not the type of guy that you want to keep a secret from or with. But I asked her, what are your predictions for tonight? Nobody has an idea. Do you think that Trump has something up his sleeve, an ace card? Of course. Is he going to bring out women? Is he going to give out money? Who knows what's going to happen here? It remains to be seen. But I just want to circle back on one thing. You guys were talking about Epstein. You know who Jamie Raskin is?
Yes.
Remember that guy?
Of course, yes.
Okay. The amount of political theater that I'm seeing here, in the rotunda where everyone's hanging out, all the legacy media is there. Jamie Raskin is there with his stand with the victims, release the files slogan on his shirt. And one of the news reporter goes, Congressman Raskin, you've had 5 years to address this. Why now? He's like, check my record. But it's complete political theater. And I've seen it for myself, the fakeness, the inauthenticity that's going on here. Maybe Vinny and I will come here and do a skit next time, but it's absolutely ridiculous. They've got nothing to run on. So it's kind of like Trump bad, Epstein worse, we love illegals. That seems to be the similar theme here, what's going on in the Democratic Party, unfortunately.
And it's funny when you're saying this, everything about illegals. Rob, can you play that clip today from AOC?
Okay.
And she's already up there, or he's about to wake his way up. Yeah, go to the AOC clip, Rob. I think we have about 2 minutes left when you're doing that. Here's AOC and Mamdani. Rob, because they're going to speak in Spanish, let me read the tweet first right above it, and then we'll go right to it. Zoom in a little bit. This is from Mario Nafal. Mamdani and AOC released a Spanish-language ad telling illegal immigrants to sign up for free childcare in New York City. Working American parents can't afford childcare for their own kids, but sure, let's subsidize it for non-citizens first. Go ahead, Rob.
Hola.
Mi español no es el mejor.
No, no te preocupes, alcalde. Si su hijo o hija está cumpliendo
loves
3 o
Mamdani's
4
smile.
años en el 2026, usted puede registrarlos gratis en el programa Kinder 3 o Pre-Kinder de la ciudad de
You
Nueva
don't feel
York.
the genuineness?
Fake
Pero
smile. Look at
debe
this.
registrarse el
Sincerity.
Look at it when he
27 de
stops to
febrero
smile. Look
de
at his
esa
face when he
fecha
stops it.
límite.
Look, boom,
Cualquier
serious.
padre de la
And
familia
it's
de la
because it's
ciudad de Nueva York,
tiresome.
sin
I can
importar su
translate.
ocupación, ingreso
To make a martini,
o
shake
estatus
slowly.
migratorio, es elegible
Add the
para
vermouth.
registrar
Why is she
a sus
talking like
hijos.
that? Like she doesn't know
Hola.
Spanish either.
And just really, really fast, I know you're about to go. You understand what that's saying?
Actually, part of that was
if you don't belong in the country, come to New York and your kids will have free childcare from the government taxpayer. Are you like, and Americans are cool. Well, not us, the New Yorkers.
All right, let's hear it, Rob. It looks like the president's made it to the...
Let's go.
That was not a 30-minute walk. That was more like 7 minutes.
That was quick.
On average, it's 30 minutes, but he did it 7 minutes.
He wants to grab the mic.
Let's get right into it. Dinner plans afterwards.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much.
Here we go,
everybody.
folks.
It's
Let's
really
grab seats.
An honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States. Second Lady of the United States.
Everybody getting their workout now.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans. Our nation is back. Bigger, better, richer, and stronger
I'm on fire!
than
I'm on
ever
fire!
before.
You see me holding up the gun? Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. What the fuck?
Is Supreme Court there or no? I don't see them. Oh, they are. Yes, yes.
Oh my god.
Not all of them. Look at the roll righteous who's from
5
right.
months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history.
Where's
the
the-
250th anniversary of our glorious American independence. This July 4th, we will mark 2.5
fuck.
centuries of liberty and
I'm trying to
triumph,
hold on to the
progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America.
Marco Besant, exit.
When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages. And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure.
Those are the hockey guys, the hockey players.
Thank you.
Hockey guys.
Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
Don't you want a strong military?
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, zero illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
Zero. Bingo.
So crazy.
Zero.
I mean, wasn't that hard, huh? Makes you think like it was on purpose. Those 4 years.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year. And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father, I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born.
Don't look at me, don't
It's
look
a
at me,
long
don't look
time
at me.
ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
Rob, which account are you
Oh,
on
no.
that's showing this?
Oh, I'm fucked.
Is this the White House or
I am
C-SPAN?
fuck-a-doodle.
White House.
Okay, then that's why they're adding the stats to the right.
Over $6 a gallon in some states.
Interesting.
Under my predecessor, it was quite honestly
Good
a
for them.
disaster. Is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great
that
state of
rolly ball
Iowa
thing?
just a
What
few
the
weeks
fuck is
ago, I even saw $1.
Bro, what is that rolly ball thing?
85 a gallon for gasoline.
Oh shit! Oh, there's a what? Nah, I got a free loadout.
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast, and the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve
I ain't got much
the
left.
Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both.
Help me, Jesus.
And we are going to keep it that way.
I got 10 bullets.
The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that. 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Not wrong.
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world. The hottest.
So hot.
We are. I mean, he's not lying.
The greatest country in the world. You should want your country to be great,
As
whoever you are.
thousands of new businesses are forming and factories, plants, and laboratories are being built, we have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
You want me to kill you? Okay, I got 10 bullets. Okay, here it goes. I'm sorry.
American natural gas production is at an all-time high because I kept my
Thank you.
promise to
Thank
drill,
you.
baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill.
He's going through greatest hits.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
Oh, shit.
When he steps back.
We ended DEI in America.
Oh, there's a couple Democrats.
We cut a record number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year we have lifted 2.4 million Americans, a record, off of food stamps.
Oh, shit, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Oh, look at him staring down the Democrats.
How many off of food stamps? 1 million?
How much?
And for all of these reasons, I
2.4
say
million.
tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong.
Yes.
Yeah, don't you want it to be strong?
Yeah, Amy Comey Barrett's there.
No, I see the judges.
Yeah, they're there. I hope he says something about it.
Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Let's go, baby!
Let's go. USA. USA. USA.
Let's go!
Okay.
Oh.
They're walking out.
He loves sports, man. He loves sports.
Yeah.
Look at that, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, bro. He loves sports.
By the way, that's the mainstream media with their laptops not clapping.
Yeah.
That's media.
He trying to shoot me through the windows.
Dude, that's so awesome.
I'm not gonna kill this guy. Get out of here.
If you're up there and they're not clapping, would you be tempted, like, to hip check one of the reporters?
Oh, we were down there. I think I stole gum out of Hakeem Jeffries' desk.
It was under it.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody's coming out. That's awesome.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. They beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Good.
Oh, they're gonna come.
Good.
There you go.
Good.
He had to do the jab. He had to jab it in there, you know. That's why I voted for the man. I would do the same fucking thing. I can't even say I wouldn't. Like
at this pace, he's gonna beat Bill Clinton's record.
Yeah.
7 minutes, he's just celebrating hockey. You know this is gonna break the record.
Oh shit.
What about curling? Did we win curling?
They were in the Oval
We
Office
lost.
before, and I just want to say
The Canadian that gave it the finger.
Congratulations.
Sometimes gotta shoot this thing.
I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I've never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
You're the man.
Oh my
so
God!
funny.
That's a tender right there at the beard.
Woo. Why'd you have to try to kill me?
You see that?
Yeah.
Kiss the
the
metal.
Oh my God! I didn't even see that one. How many are there? They're everywhere. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him, the one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12. It's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Bro.
Can you imagine?
Just gonna hear it.
I got an MVP award. I got a Presidential
Medal of Freedom. There's only 12 guys got it.
Pat, you know what's crazy? You know what Chris said? What's even greater? The NHL season starts tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, they're doing this, getting drunk, doing this. And then
By the way, it's about 11, 12 minutes just on hockey.
he loves it.
He could go
Great
2 hours
athletes
tonight.
have gotten that very
Representing
great.
our country.
And I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
15 minutes on the hockey team.
Look at those mainstream reporters.
I know, God.
It's like they're all constipated.
Look, even the generals.
Look.
Yeah, this stuff used to.
I'm also
mean
pleased
stuff,
to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
He has a job at Newsom. Come on.
And Los Angeles is going to be safe, just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
I like that transition.
And this year, and I must say I got them both. I got them in my first term, and I was disappointed because I didn't think I'd be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup, so we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming, and that is exciting news. So this will be a year to celebrate our country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
World War II veteran is going to be 100 on July 4th.
On July 4th? Wow. The hell are the odds of that? Damn. Live to be 100. I think I would. I know I wouldn't be able to move that much.
You're a brave
but...
man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one. As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission. Young guy, but very brave, very, very top. Always top in his class.
Oh shit! Ow! Not paying attention.
Billy
Oh, there's another one.
But 164 others to safety.
Hold on 1 second.
So far, he looks the most comfortable, loose, as if nothing is bothering him. Roberta forearm rubber judo.
Oh my God.
Arm wrestling.
Yeah.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something.
Willy Wonka there for a second.
Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
Nah, bro. I'm just watching something and playing the game at the same time.
Badass. And Petty Officer Ruskin.
Yeah, friendly,
I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
Woo, doggy.
Wow. And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history.
Yeah, I mean, if you shoot
and
me,
our
you know, then
Republican
I'll just shoot back.
majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
Yeah, Leaper.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts.
Boom.
They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. And we also made interest
You
on
good, you
auto
good, you
loans
good.
tax
You good.
deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
Oh, I love that meme mug.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom whose homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening, and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half. Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. We're fighting for you, Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name it. I did not name it.
I didn't name him.
Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man. He's right there in the third row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment
You'll see it
accounts
pop
for
with a balloon,
every American
like a
child. This
parachute.
is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions
I
will be
believe so.
pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people. Great people.
Great people. One of a kind.
You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school, and I made computers, and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that, but I really thank him, Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad. So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov. Trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. They're setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs.
No!
These tariffs took in hundreds of
Somebody got
billions of dollars
defib.
to make great deals for our country.
I need help.
Both economically
Man
and on
down.
a national security basis.
Fuck.
Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now
tried
paying
to
us
snap
hundreds of
hook.
billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly. You all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth, and the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling.
Look, that's what they applaud for.
But the good news is that almost all
Son
countries
of a
and
bitch.
corporations want to keep the deal that
Twice
they
I had
already
me
made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country-saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in, peace-protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love.
Whoa.
Is that Supreme Court to the left of Marco Rubio?
To the right.
To the left.
To his left, yeah.
To his
Moving
left.
forward, factories,
Democrats
jobs,
stopped the sales
investments,
tax
and
from other
trillions and
countries.
trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the
Cool.
United
We
States
get tariffs
of America.
from other countries.
Because we finally have a president who puts America first. To put America first. I love America.
I love he's looking at the Dems.
They won't stand because they don't like America.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite.
I mean, I guess,
from
you know,
trade
he's
to
not really
healthcare, from
helping
energy
either.
to immigration.
He's jabbing.
Everything was
jabbing.
stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem.
You did. Now, Republicans didn't help either, you know, but they held every part of office, so for the most part.
They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward. The price of eggs is down 60%, Madam Secretary. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while. We're getting it down. And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time.
Democrats, they don't give a fuck.
Nobody can believe when
They
see
made the people,
kind of numbers,
the farmers, pour out milk.
When they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great health care plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
By the way, online is saying the mic, you see how it pops the audio? That's the mic issue. They're saying there's something going on with the mic. They're saying that.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Of course, we're going to go way up, and that's what happened, and now I'm bringing them way down on health care and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
Trump RX.
Other presidents tried to do it, but they never could. They tried. Most couldn't try. But they tried. They said they tried. If they couldn't do it, they didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action, but I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere. The lowest price.
Oh, Democrats don't want low prices? Well, it's because they get kickbacks from the insurance companies.
So in my
I'm sure Republicans
first
do
year,
too. More so
second
Democrats.
Term, should be my third term. What? Strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest. That's a big achievement. The result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more. All available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
That's what he says. But, you know, branding, you know, right? Branding.
And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big. Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
One of a kind. Great.
She can't even keep a straight face. She wants to. This man's a comedian.
So now I'm calling on Congress to codify my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters, because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their
Yo, can I hit the ride?
Bills.
Friendly.
Tonight, I'm pleased to announce that I have negotiated the new Ratepayer Protection Pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory, so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases,
what an asshole.
Electricity will go down for the community, and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm telling them they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership. With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, $10 trillion in assets. You can just Google it.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon. We're also working to make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
Ooh. Oh, they don't like that. They don't like that. Hey, Republicans do it too.
You heard what he just said.
There's a
You know
couple
who he's
Republicans that
talking.
I've never even
Members of
heard of.
Congress
I've been in
cannot
this shit
use
for like 10
information
years,
for
12 years,
insider
something like that.
Nancy
and
Pelosi.
there's some
Pelosi.
Republicans
And Debbie
that-
Wasserman Schultz
What?
in the pink right there in that row.
They stood up.
Didn't stand
for
up.
that. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
From the top rope.
This man is a comedian.
Stop inside. Oh, he should have named.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America. There's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse. This is the kind of corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation.
You hear it?
We are
On purpose.
Yeah, somebody's messing with
tonight,
the
although
turn. I got the
started
echo.
4
echo,
months
echo,
ago, I
echo,
am officially
echo,
announcing
echo,
the
echo,
war
echo,
on
echo,
fraud
echo,
to be
echo, echo.
led by our great Vice
Nick
President
Shirley is coming
J.D.
up.
Vance.
He's about to get a shout out right now. Can you imagine if he does that?
You know, he just bypassed it.
Huh?
He just said Vance will lead the charge on this.
Of what?
Of the
Of the
fraud in
exposure
Minnesota.
of
Well,
But
he
who's
has
gonna-
to
yeah, he has to.
because Vance needs a victory. Rubio's been winning nonstop. He's
He'll
on the
get
street.
it done.
Yeah.
Find enough of that
With the-
fraud.
to the audio, would
We
you?
will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget. The Somali pirates who ransacked Minnesota remind us that there are large
Yeah, they're
parts
lowering the
of the
mic.
world
Look.
and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception.
It's not us.
Importing these
And it's not
cultures
the-
through
It's Elon
unrestricted
Omar in the back.
immigration and open borders brings those problems right
See
here
that?
to the USA. And it is the American people who pay the price
See,
in
now you
higher
gotta scream
medical
into the
bills,
mic 'cause
car
you know.
insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime.
I
We
mean,
will
he
take
is
care of
throwing
this problem.
jabs,
We're gonna take
so
care of this problem. We are
you know.
not playing games. Delilah.
Yeah, there's no way that's not on purpose. Come on, it's my turn.
Delilah Colden was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more. The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up. Thank you, Delilah. Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
There you go. Given to Americans. How hard is it? It's not hard.
And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Deport them all.
Rob, what's timeline right now? 60 minutes? Is that the exact time of him starting?
Yeah, because he started a few minutes after 9 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you. We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals.
They want to open the border for people in Mexico.
The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you. As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. All cut off.
Yep.
They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, Homeland Security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats, and it would be nice. I'd love to give you a hand at cleaning it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight I'm inviting every legislator to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle.
Stupid.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. First duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
Just watch. He's going to watch everybody. Look at the right side. Look at the right side.
Yep, they're sitting.
They're looking around to see if their peers are standing up. Who's the pink shirt to the left? Is she a Republican or a Democrat?
Yeah,
She's been standing up all night. Yeah. It's good exercise.
Oh, that's Kat Kamek, probably. 14th district in Florida, I think.
Taking the shot.
Vic, am I saying something wrong? It's good.
Oh, she's just looking at them too as she claps. Dude, look at her. And she's like, yeah, you bitches.
That are for illegals. That's a message right there.
Wow, that clip says it all.
100%. Illegals first. Look at Marco. Look at around. Yeah, look. Keep looking. So you can remember and take note.
They're intentionally. This is for midterms. This is for the American people. This is to show America, hey, they collectively were on the same page, on the same. Stay for 2 minutes.
Yes.
Look how all of them are still up. He knows what he's doing here.
We got Hakeem Jeffries.
Oh my God! This is a campaign, video that you're gonna see everywhere. America, do you want this? This is what look at the cameras catching it. This is all footage.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing. Watch this in midterms.
What they're going to say is political theater, which, I mean, you know.
Still doing different angles. They get different angles for this clip. Oh, my God. One by one. They're going to put names on top of their faces.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
I love it. He talked right through it.
All the judges,
good. Look at her.
Regular TV.
By the way, first of all, at the beginning of it, they moved Al Green out because he said black people are not apes. He had a sign out.
Yes.
So back to back, he got escorted in State of the Union last year and this year. With his cane. He had a cane with him. You know that nice cane.
Yeah. It's over 200
quality
times.
cane.
That's the federal government and California's money just to sue Trump.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act. To stop illegal aliens and others who are unpermitted persons from voting in our sacred American elections. That cheating is rampant in our elections. It's rampant. It's very simple. All voters must show voter ID.
Yeah.
Yeah, how difficult does it have to be?
Are they?
Yeah, they're booing. That's their vote. That's how they freaking get their votes.
They vote. They have to put a voter
That
ID
says
to vote.
everything you need to know
It's
about
so
these
crazy.
people. That's it right there.
Those people.
All voters must show proof of citizenship in order to vote.
Yep.
Yeah, how hard is it? Not hard. Pretty simple.
But married women.
And no more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None. And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%.
Guinea, that's my dog. Homie.
And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speak to him a lot. Bad policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard.
Oh, here he
Want them
goes.
to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good.
Doesn't make sense. Hello.
Republicans and Democrats overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Look at that. Who's the Indian guy? Who's the Indian guy at the bottom next to the girl with the white? That guy's hilarious.
that guy.
You wanted to impeach Trump?
The reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody need one voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all excuses. They say it's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated. And their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat.
Bingo.
And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
Listen to the mic, dude. How purposeful is that? Just eat, or unless it's the worst audio guy in the history of Washington.
No.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a Fulbright scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
Oh. Good for her. Is that her clap?
Probably the... I don't know.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately.
To chop a dick off and turn it into a vagina is up to $120,000.
Look, nobody
Let
says
that
that.
sink in.
These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy.
They're crazy. They don't stand up. They're crazy. He's right, though. He's right.
Crazy, man.
He's 100% right.
Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we?
Yes. Yes. Good. Good.
No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady. Now a movie star. She's a movie star. Can you believe it? Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
Tall ass Baron.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God.
Amen.
Tremendous renewal.
Me, myself, I mean, the left is so crazy.
This is especially true among young people, and a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk, a great guy, great man. So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs. His wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
Everywhere.
Thank you, Eric. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind. We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell.
Oh my God!
In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail, stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body. No one will ever forget there were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal set free to kill in America. Came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina.
Damn.
Is this the clip? Is this what happened on the train?
That's the, yeah.
How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars.
They all stood for
and
Ukraine.
Importantly, that they stay
don't
there.
Stand now. Like meet in the middle somewhere. Somewhere. Like, come on.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago. I don't like to hear that. One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround.
Murder is down.
Was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country. And all because she wore the uniform of our nation, she was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people wearing our uniform. He was sick and deranged. Shouldn't have been in our country. Sarah Beckstrom died in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They'd never seen anything like it.
Yo, friendly, can I jump on in? America, fuck yeah.
So sorry. Thank you very much. A great young lady. I saw reports of her. Perfect. She's perfect. Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. Two of them, Sarah and both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was the conversation that I had with her that night. Her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right.
Well, they stood up for that. So.
Good to see you. I hear the sound of rumbling stomachs.
Amazing, actually. I said, where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, and he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much. So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Wow. Wow. Getting shot in the head by an Afghanistan illegal and survivor. Wow. Wow.
Shut up.
Good for him. Wow.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are
It's
also
the first time he's ever said something like that.
restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. In my first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny? Sick people. Cambodia and Thailand. Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the Prime Minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared. And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
Stop.
There he is.
No, listen up.
Rubio. Rubio.
People like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the votes when he was in confirmation. I think our next one was about 54%. And some of the Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best.
A badge of honor.
By the way,
under the ceasefire I negotiated, every single hostage, both living and dead, has been returned home. Can you believe that? Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. And they came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back. But we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job. And we're working very hard to end the 9th war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president. It would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last June, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
Midnight Hammer. Midnight Hammer.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Soleimani, he cried like a dog.
And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protesters. 32,000 protesters in their own country.
That's
They
crazy.
shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue, starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again, and are at this moment again pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference
He set me
My
on fire.
preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy.
I'm on fire.
But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Yeah, they only scream death to America, right? No biggie.
And no nation should ever doubt America's resolve. We have the most powerful military on earth. I rebuilt the military in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong. Because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
What up, friendly? Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So thanks to Republican in Congress. We're investing that record number of dollars, have no choice, in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed, at my very strong request, to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2. And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily. One meeting. And big difference between 2% that's not paid. We were paying the freight of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently.
He doesn't look like he's coming to an end.
No.
3 more minutes, it's the new record.
3 minutes?
3 minutes.
And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776. You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things, a lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand. Have to rebuild that program a little bit, but it won't take long. But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, what's the number? $1,775. I said, wait a minute. For $1 more, we can have $1,776. It's going to... I said, we're going to figure that. I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more, I said $1,776. And I said, that's good. And I'll tell you what, our military, that was 4 months ago, our military, I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it, so we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement. We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico.
Friendly.
Large parts of Mexico.
Can I get it? Oh,
have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction.
What up, friendly?
And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that.
Train's leaving.
Seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January.
Did he say we? We.
Oui.
Yes, he did. Different we.
Oui.
All right. So, I don't know if that was a...
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very good. They couldn't believe, they all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. You know, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. As we did that, my baby. It's becoming so important. And America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice. And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States, and it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, to unleash extraordinary economic gains for both of our countries and to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly. They really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners already, with more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down. Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique. There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes. It was very dangerous. They knew we were coming. They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation, protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good. While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip, one bullet after another. He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into numerous pieces. And yet, despite the fact that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a helicopter, to deliver the many commandos who would capture and detain Maduro was the only thing Eric was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, two machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission. We probably would have had to maybe cancel the mission if that didn't happen. Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take the searing pain. It was unbelievable what's happened to his legs of the bullets and keep on flying and landing. People knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy. Come on in.
Purple Heart?
You think?
I mean, if he gave Purple Heart to...
Oh, yeah. Oh, and
this
that
could even be
that-
bigger because you keep the biggest for the end. So I don't know what you can give. Medal of Freedom, Medal Bronze Star. Could be a Bronze Star. It has to. It went from Medal of Freedom, Purple Heart. This could be a Bronze Star or. Wow, he looks like a. Look at that guy.
So we have a surprise.
Here we go.
Eric and Amy.
What will it be?
In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover
Oh, wow, it's a Medal of Honor.
with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
Told you, Medal of Honor. He's keeping it for the end.
Wow.
Good for you.
Wow.
Wow.
Good for him.
Medal of Freedom, Purple Heart, Medal of Honor.
Yes.
Look at him.
I love it. Stud.
He took 4.
He shattered his leg. He's on a walker. Dude, that is so sick.
Kind of reminds me of Dan.
Yes.
Except he's got a different tattoo part he needs to get
For
connected. Dan, reach out to him, Dan.
I know you're listening, Dan.
Well, thank you very much, Eric and Amy. Great to get to know you. I met with them and with a lot of their fellow warriors at Fort Bragg recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg, we have it back, we brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to change the name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too. And 10 of Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible night of victory will also be receiving medals at a private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House, and Eric will be there. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. That's a big one. Tonight we've celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots, but there is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams served in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, flying more than 220 missions. In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But tonight, at 100 years old, this brave Navy captain is finally getting the recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
Wow. That is so dope.
Years old. Look at him smile. Look at him laugh.
This is so awesome. That is so...
Respect.
Oh, big time.
Look at his ribbon stack.
Oh, his rack is huge. Look at that soldier behind him. He ain't moving. This is a having fun, sports, fantastic. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. Doesn't care.
For the people that are watching, that are saying, dude, I got to go to sleep. There's a 79-year-old man right now speaking for 2 hours, and he looks like he can go a few more hours.
I had to get a coffee.
Thank you,
I had to
Royce,
get
and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. But if they ever open up that law, I will be there with you someday.
Always wanted one of those.
You know, that's our highest honor, Congressional Medal of Honor, and that's a big thing. It's an honor to be in the same room with you.
We're gonna get me
Thank you
one.
both very much, Eric. Thank you.
Oh my God, he's so funny.
Are they all
Thank
standing?
you.
Are they all standing up?
They're all...
250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. 2 of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants who declared and won our independence from the heroes who stand among us tonight. Everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes. In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together we mastered the world's mightiest industries and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism, oppression, and terror. Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel. And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer American will and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world.
We're going to Mars.
All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal is over, and they will never be forgotten again. Because when the world needs courage, daring, vision, and inspiration, it is still turning to America. And when God needs a nation to work his miracles, he knows exactly who to ask. There is no challenge Americans cannot overcome, no frontier too vast for us to conquer, no dream too bold for us to chase, no horizon too distant for us to claim. For our destiny is written by the hand of providence, and these first 250 years were just the beginning. From the rugged border towns of Texas to the heartland villages of Michigan, from the sun-kissed shores of Florida to the endless fields of the Dakotas, and from the historic streets of Philadelphia to right here in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., the golden age of America is upon us. The revolution that began in 1776 has not ended. It still continues because the flame of liberty and independence still burns in the heart of every American patriot. And our future will be bigger, better, brighter, bolder, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
God bless America.
Put on mute, Ron. Wow. Okay, so hour and 45 minutes. He broke the record for the longest State of the Union speech ever. Not only that, the previous longest speech ever given by a president that wasn't a State of the Union was by himself at an hour and 39 minutes. So he broke Clinton's record and his own record all in one night, almost 2 hours. Remember, 79 years old, about to turn 80 years old in 4 months. Tom, your biggest takeaway from, and by the way, while this is going on, a couple things we haven't even seen. I'll show you a couple things here. That's Al Green. If you want to get to the first one, Rob, just showed a picture of when the president walked in, what he was showing. Zoom in a little bit. You see what he has or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
So many.
At first, I thought that was a meme.
There's so many.
It's got to be AI. Okay. So now go to the video, Rob, if you could, while this is taking place. Al Green becomes the first person to be kicked out of the State of the Union 2 years in a row. That's him. And a couple people are saying things to him.
The guy in the blue, you see him just said, "Come on, Al," right there. He just said, "Come on, Al."
So, yeah, so that's taking place behind the scenes. And then a couple other people screaming, commentary being made on who was screaming, who was not. Of the Supreme Court justice that was there, of the 9, only 4 showed up.
Sure.
Not the 9. So, by the way, that's 6 Republicans. That means 2 Republicans didn't show up. If you want to play the clip of who was there, these were the folks that showed up.
Roberts, Kagan, Kavanaugh.
Let me just point out, this is the Chief Justice, Elena Kagan, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. Justices of the Supreme Court, 4 of the 9, Amy Coney Barrett, Kagan, and Roberts, all voted against President Trump in his tariff ruling. We don't know how this is.
So that's interesting to see who showed up, who didn't show up. Okay, having said that, favorite part of the entire speech then?
I think the first hour was.
I thought you froze for a second.
I thought.
I was like,
no, I think
to the Matrix.
No, I think the first hour was why I voted for him. He went down the list of things is why we voted for him. What he did with, and the list was just huge. I could go on and on and on, but it was a trip down the year, reminding us of all the things he said he was going to do and all the things that he did. Fentanyl, murder the lowest rate, what he did in Washington, D.C., and then starting at the beginning, what he did with meds, the most favored nation, MVF, to get medications down, prescription meds down.
Party time.
Said I'm going to protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and the Insider Trading Act. I thought he went through that. So I thought it was a wonderful trip. I was waiting for maybe 1 or 2 new things that might come out, but he reminded us of what he did with the Trump accounts, and he was who we voted for tonight. Brash, poked. You people are crazy. At the same time,
because they are crazy,
makes us
Come
laugh.
on, man.
You know, I've always wanted a Medal of Honor for myself. Makes us laugh in that. It's what I expected. I was hoping to hear more on affordability, but I was glad that he reminded us just so much of what he's done on energy prices. He dwelled on that for a minute or 2 to remind us of what he had done, and then also reminded us of things that were important that he didn't get done yet, that no one's gotten done. The SAVE Act, no mail-in ballots. I felt like this is the president I voted for. I wish more that, I was looking for more that he would give a red meat of things he was going to push over the course of the summer that the voting bloc can rally around, right? You say, hey, with each election, you have to have a cause and you have to have something you're for. And right now, what we have for us midterms is we got to rally around. Don't let them. Don't let them. That's where we are right now for midterms, where I don't feel like we're rallying around a lot of things that are new. The SAVE Act is very important to get it passed. But you see where I'm going? I was looking for like one or 2 big new things, but it was a trip. It was a trip down, reminding me of why I voted for him, and the stuff that he did get done is an amazing agenda.
I'm going to come to a couple of you guys here in a minute, so just be ready. If anybody has any thoughts that they want to say, raise your hand. We'll signal and look for you and come to you. Vinny, your thoughts?
I absolutely loved it. I think it was such, like, if you want to talk about entertainment, just compare this State of the Union to Joe Biden's State of the Union. Short, drugged out of his mind, doesn't know what he's saying. Think about what we just got, Pat. Think about this. You got a message for America. You got a celebration of what we are and where we came from, where we are, and where we're going. He gave out medals, like you said, a Medal of Freedom, Purple Heart, Medal of Honor. He brought sport. By the way, the happiest he was in this entire speech was when the hockey team came out. Did you notice how excited he was? Because, by the way, and this goes back to a sports.
And here are some winners.
Yeah, remember, he was, back in the day, he was freaking, at all the boxing matches and all the sporting events. That's who he is. I love that we got a little bit of entertainment as well, Pat. Crapping on the Democrats in front of their faces. Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib just angry, bitter, yelling, disrespectful, which I'm not shocked. And he got to reveal. We got to see what these Democrats are really about. They're not standing for certain things. They're pro-illegals. All right, they're not standing up for people that were stabbed and murdered by illegals because of their freaking policies. And guys, we got a comedy show. He's funny. So all around, Pat, I think for 2 hours for somebody that's almost 80 years old, it was awesome. This is what I've done. This is who we are, and this is where we're going. I absolutely loved it. It was awesome.
Adam.
Can you hear me okay, PPD?
We can, yes. Go for it.
I wasn't sure. When Tom glitched, I was like, do we have a problem? But it was, I think, just Tom's getting tired. It was a long speech. But a couple quick takeaways. Number one, shout out to the men's hockey team. I mean, he paraded them out there. And when he said, we're going to win so big, I'm like, where's this guy going? Boom, they enter the room like that.
Don't let him do that to you, Tom.
I know, I'm sorry about that, Tom, but you glitched for a second.
Do not let him bully you, Tom. I don't appreciate it.
I know you don't appreciate it, Pat, but we had to call, the truth is the truth. We believe in the truth here.
All right,
but can we say what the bottom line is here? I mean, he's here 2 hours talking. There was a 3-minute segment, and he said, all right, guys, here's your chance. If you agree with this, stand up. If not, stay seated. And he said, if you want to protect American citizens instead of illegal aliens, please stand up. And half the room stood up, round of applause. And then the Democrats, unfortunately, they showed exactly who they are.
It's like,
guys,
why can't they be for illegals and Americans?
This is not
They're only for illegals.
Issue to say, I stand for the
Please
American
do both.
people.
Come on.
He completely shamed them. He said they should be ashamed of themselves. Meanwhile, the people that believe in citizens of the United States are chanting USA. It's the loudest applause of the night. And here these guys are sitting just like blank faces. Shame on you, Democrats. I used to be someone that voted Democrat, and never in my life, after seeing that, could I ever consider voting Democrat again. It's crazy. How are you going to stand for illegals and not the American citizens? Your job is to stand for the American citizens. Democrats, please do better. Last but not least, the one part that they did stand for was the Insider Trading Act. Shout out to Nancy Pelosi. He's like, where are you, Nancy? So the Democrats unfortunately revealed their hand. We know exactly who they are.
They did this last time.
Pro-illegal immigration and open borders. Guys, this really isn't that hard of a thing, but you hate Trump so much that you're going to sit down and rather than stand up for the American people. Shame on you.
Tom, what are the comment section saying?
Our comments?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't appreciate his poke.
I thought it was funny. I thought he's trying to upset you, Tom. He's rage baiting.
What they were actually, the comments were agreeing with Vinny on the medals. When Vinny was talking about the medals, the comments were running that he recognized it was coming down here. He recognizing so many
I was joking
Americans
when I asked
so
what
many
did the comment section say, Tom. I know it was a total joke. But let me go over here.
Tom's checking the comments section.
Let me ask a couple people here.
All right, y'all. That was Trump talking. A little bit of Arc Raiders. I'll be on tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Y'all have a blessed night.